And we're here.
We're here now.
Sorry.
Do we
Greetings,
want to
traveler.
talk about your technical difficulties ever since you shaved your beard off?
My brain is not working today.
His power is gone.
In case anyone wants to know where Mark's true power comes from.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, gang. This is ridiculous.
So how about greetings, travelers? We're live.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is live for our patrons on Patreon. And it will be available on YouTube shortly. And I believe we're live for those that can find it.
Yes, no, we are. And I have some breaking news.
Breaking news. Oh, wait, I got to get that sound to put in here so I can do it live.
Okay, that'll be fun. So, Beau, have fun editing that part in. Here we go. So my daughter will fully appreciate this as a Swiftie, but apparently, again, during the Eras tour, this time in Liverpool, England, Taylor Swift fans spotted an alien UFO.
Another one.
Yeah, so Swifties say an unidentified being was watching her show. But this already happened in Florida once where they felt that there was alien craft over her show, not understanding how special effects works.
Yeah, there was smoke in the sky and they were using the lights and lasers and it made some effects. So people were convinced there were aliens. I remember there were so many TikToks about that. It was crazy.
It was. So again, T Swift, you've got our praise. Even other worlds are interested in your music. So there we go.
I got to say, we also get, there was a Starlink launch yesterday. So we got tons of UFO sightings. I'm like, no, Starlink. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. We're going to make a reminder video that we can send out every time they launch so we can just re-indicate what not to send to us. But what's exciting is we will be doing more of these live episodes coming in July. So they will also go up on our normal podcast platform for those of you listening, but we will be doing more and more live episodes coming out here shortly. So stay tuned, pay attention, do sign up for all of our wonderful social medias because you'll see them on there. But we have some listener questions today. And
yes. Tons. Oh my gosh. There was a minor glitch in the Matrix, right? Mm-hmm. That we had lost a ton of, it was like we weren't getting emails suddenly. And I was getting used to getting lots from you guys. So then suddenly somebody messaged me and said, hey, you haven't replied for several of my messages. And turned out we had a glitch with the web server, but now all is well. And once that glitch clicked, suddenly I had 3 months of listener questions. So we've got quite a few to get through. So we're going to blitz these today, I think.
We're going to do our best, but if we have to break it up, we have to break it up. There's only so long we can droll on before I get tired of hearing Mark. No, just kidding.
Yeah, well, and I've only got so much till my bedtime anyway. So
okay. Well, I'm going to start.
Oh, right. All right. You're jumping right in. Okay.
I am. I'm going to start. Okay. Here it is. I heard your ad. Oh, this is actually a Beau one.
This is a Beau question.
I heard your ad for Wolves of Wharton by Beau Lake. My daughter wants me to buy it so she can listen. How steamy are in relation to scale of Amish romance to 50 Shades, Lynn?
Well, Beau, I think you should answer that one.
I mean, I guess it depends on your taste level of how spicy it is. But I would say it's very spicy, and you have to be an adult to read it.
So, like, if you're on the show Hot Ones, this would be towards the end of the episode, right?
Yeah, this would be like La Bamba or in that level.
Something like that. All right. There you go, gang.
Lynn, thank you for your question. Hopefully that answers it. And The Wolves of Wharton is an amazing series. I heavily recommend it.
I think it was pretty spooky and gory, too. So I enjoyed that. So my turn then.
Yes.
Does anyone in your audience experience dream worlds whilst asleep? It's the same every night, and my dream starts where the last one ended. For some reason, my world's been at war for like 3 years. Courtney. Ooh, that's a fun one. Do you guys get that?
I actually used to have that a ton when I was younger. Like when
Hmm.
I was younger, I had a lot of like I call it continuous dreams, you
Mm.
know. And for some reason I'm echoing and I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm thinking it has to do with your side, Mark, because you keep lighting up.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not
It's
hearing
all
any.
you. It's all you. But the answer to the question is I've had that before. I'm sure some of our travelers have. So travelers, please feel free to chime in on that.
All right. Yeah, but yeah, worlds within dream worlds, that's very there's a lot of writings about that where people go to the same land when they dream and it's like an alternate reality world and stuff like that. I think that was even the Marvel universe recently was the worlds where dreams happen are alternate universes that we're peering into. So good stuff.
Yeah, true that. Okay, let's see here. What is next? Oh, well, we were wondering where the X questions were. Here they are. Um, so this it says traveler question, supposedly. There was a time I thought you were going to trigger the wrong people. I now realize that you are harmless. The powers you might have offended are no longer concerned with you. My brothers are no longer bothered by your concerns. Be wary of drawing their eyes again. I can no longer protect you. Stop asking for me. I'm not your pet to be called. Simply know that you are no longer of their concern. Keep it that way and sleep easily. Blah.
From our good friend X.
Yes, I
Well,
don't love that.
I think this was part of the chain that was locked in the pipeline for a little bit, but at least it doesn't sound threatening. It sounds like we've kind of slipped under the radar now. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It sounds like he's a little mad at us because we keep referencing him.
oh
yes,
yeah,
that's
it definitely
possible.
sounds like we were calling him a little too much.
We just
All
want
right,
him to feel welcome. That's all
yeah,
that's
we were
happening.
missing him. That's all it was. We were missing him.
That's true. That's true.
All
So
right.
X, we do not think you are our pet. We just miss you, and obviously you were reaching out, and we didn't hear you. So super sorry about that.
All right. Well, moving on then. I have a question concerning the not deer. Sorry, Erika.
As well, you should be.
Yeah. My daughter says that her and her boyfriend saw one on the road coming home the other night. It was very late, and she says she could have been mistaken, but she's pretty sure it was a not deer. It walked on two legs, and its head was dangling like a broken neck. I read seeing one is a bad omen. What should we do for protection, Lisa?
Oh God, I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts on this. I guess the easiest answer to that question is I would always do what you normally do. It's intention. Normal stuff is doing a little bit of saging of things. Maybe sage that car. That
Mm,
might be a good idea to do. Do some reflective looking at what you've done recently that maybe brought this omen into your life and resolve that because those are my nope. We've all talked about that on this show. Those are the one I would rather take on many others than the not deer. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all.
we are really seriously getting into tulpa territory with these. I think these were not a thing until recently. The not deer was not a not deer. It was nothing. And now here it is. So I'm concerned about these. Honestly, we've gotten more than a few emails about this. So I would say best just keep yourselves safe out there. So just keep your distance. At the very least, it's something diseased and not doing well. That's the minimum I can say about this. So for protection, agreed. Just do the usuals. Sanctify as best you can, however you feel comfortable doing that. And yeah, iron stakes. And then, a 44 with silver bullets blessed by a priest. And
Yes.
maybe a wooden stake that's picked by a left-handed virgin by the light of a full moon.
Okay, Mark, now you're just being ridiculous. You are being absolutely ridiculous. So we're moving on from there.
All right,
Yeah.
fine.
And I'm going to apologize in advance for my microphone. I've realized that my normal podcast mic is not what's picking this up, but I can't fix it right this second. But maybe when we take a break for a moment, I could do that. But moving on, here we go. So thank you, Lisa. We wish you well.
Yes. Thank you, Lisa. I hope everybody's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Greetings, travelers. Well,
Greetings.
in recent times, individuals facing crisis have been approaching me for a nurturing ambiance and energy. How can one safeguard their own energy from influence and depletion? Zoe. I love this question actually, because this came up recently in a conversation I was having with a witch. So, one of the because I will be doing an unveiling, but as you see, I have it covered because I have completed my tattoo when we're recording this. But one of the things that one has to be aware of is ensuring that there is a balance in what you're giving out to what's coming to you. Because sometimes people do need help, but they need to be able to balance it with doing the same thing back energy wise. So take a look and make sure that that's actually occurring. It doesn't have to be from the same person, but it does have to be coming, meaning people, you have surround yourself with people who also are doing the validation and acknowledgement. But if you start feeling run down, be willing to take a pause and go find wherever your place is to recenter and recharge yourself, because sometimes you need to just say no.
That's just it. You've got to be able to just say, I'm sorry. I need some me time. I need to recharge. I'm drained. The battery is drained. Exactly like you said. It's one of those people have to understand. We all want to help, but we all can't all the time.
Very true. Very true. And while you're reading this next question, Mark, I'm going to listen, but I'm going to try to fix my mic. Go.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like a plan. Next question is, I live near Chattanooga, and my grandma told me stories about the booger bear and the anticorn. I can't find much information on them. Do you all think the anticorn could be similar to your kelpie? Just found you all. Thanks to looking for that. Love the show, Daisy. Well, Daisy, oh my gosh.
Mark, what's an anticorn?
Okay, so the anticorn is this odd thing. It's kind of like a unicorn, but it's, again, made out of apparently plants. So yes, it is similar to our kudzu kelpie that we've been researching. It is a Tennessee cryptid. It's an older story. Now, the booger bear sounds to me very similar. When I looked into that years ago, I think it was very similar to a Bigfoot. And I actually didn't really do much more on that because I just assumed it was another name for a wild man or a Bigfoot. So I will do a deeper dive into that. Now, we're working on Eerie Smoky Mountains, and I will make sure that we get those monsters in the list and see if we can throw them into the book somewhere, because we start our story near Chattanooga.
Yes, and I think I fixed my mic, so we're going to see, since that bounced me all around. But I was also going to say that we've clackety-clacked it onto the list. So.
Sounds like a deep dive on western or middle Tennessee there. Yes. All right, Erika, your turn.
Greetings, travelers. Greetings. I so badly want to interact with the Fae on my property. Oh, okay.
Give me the laugh. Sorry.
I'm going to finish this, but I'm already having a visceral reaction. Okay. I want to badly interact with the Fae on my property. I know they are there, as I can feel them in the forest nearby. Erika says to leave them a gift. What is a good starter offering? Tara. So, Tara, oh, sweetie, I'm going to already say that I'm going to warn you against doing this, because I'm not saying you can't, but here's what I'm going to say. Whatever you do, you need to lay the rules. The rules have to exist. because if you do not make the rules exist, you can end up in a bigger problem. With that said, I think really good fun starter objects are shiny things. You can get a ton of them at the dollar store, you know, like those plastic gems and rocks and stuff like that. They love shiny things. The other situation I would say is they like sweet things, so like fruits and stuff like that. But in leaving those, you can also sometimes bring other creatures. So that is my recommendation. Do not leave it anywhere near your house. And remember to state they can't come into your house. That if they want to bring you something in exchange, tell them exactly where to leave it and what they should do.
Yeah, ground rules are very important with this stuff. You have to make sure, again, set your intentions. If you are just wanting to interact with them, yes, an offering is fine. Just say, hey, I put this out there in hopes that you will, be on my, safely on my property, whatever. But I would leave it at that. But that's where I would go, and follow your instincts from there. But that's as far as I would take it too. So
yeah, just be very careful. This is not all fae, even if you hear them and feel them. Not all of them play nice.
Let's see this one. Next question. I have a small question. There are no small questions. All right. So I have heard that the Golden Dawn Order was started by former Knights Templar. Can you confirm this in any way? None of my research says this is so. From Gerald. Gerald, that's an interesting question. For those that don't know, the Golden Dawn is a branch of the Wicca that very similar studies and stuff. I think they've tried to follow more the alchemical stuff of like John Dee. I researched them, long time ago. It feels like another lifetime ago. So I'm really not 100% sure on that myself. The Templars are a whole other bag of worms. We might have to do a full deep dive on them at some point, just because there's so much with them and so many conspiracy rabbit holes we could go down with that. I would just say, yeah, again, on that, research on that is tricky because there's so much information, misinformation, history's written by the winners. So a lot of the Templar stuff, early days, got really made them look like very, 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 very bad people. But now we're realizing, they were very, very, very cool people in some ways. And they were one of the peoples that made the roads safe because they came up with this thing where you could deposit your money, go on your pilgrimage, and go to another Knights Templar stronghold. And they would give you a piece of paper that said, hey, when you go to that stronghold, you can pull out your money over there. It was basically what becomes our banking system today.
Oh, I love that. No, that's interesting. So we've clickety-clacked it and it's on our list, and there you go, Gerald. Hopefully that helped a little bit. I now see that I am to another X email.
There was a log jam, and so here we go. I think at this point he was feeling a little left out.
Okay, so Mark, I'm gonna ask you to mute while I read this since we're having echoing problems tonight. Here we go. Dear Eerie Travels team, I trust this message finds you well. I'm writing to you not as a critic, but as an observer who has taken a keen interest in your recent series of episodes as always. Your dedication to uncovering the mysteries of the unknown is commendable. However, I knew that however was coming, man. It is this very dedication that prompts my correspondence today. I have lost communication with you for some time. We are sorry, X, as we've said that we've now fixed it. It has come to my attention that Alien April discussions on extraterrestrial entities have been rather insightful. Wow, Mark, I don't know how to take that word. While the pursuit of knowledge is a noble endeavor, there are certain realms of understanding that are best left unexplored for the safety and well-being of all involved. Consider this a cordial advisory to tread lightly on matters concerning our interstellar neighbors. The cosmos is vast, and not all the secrets are meant for human ears. There are forces at play that are beyond our control, and sometimes ignorance is truly bliss. This is not an ultimatum, merely a suggestion from one who walks in the shadows. Consider your journey into the unknown, but perhaps let the stars keep their secrets a little while longer. My brothers and I continue to observe X. Wow.
Well, we knew he wasn't going to like Alien April.
Yeah.
We knew that was coming,
Well,
and we thought it was weird we didn't hear from him.
So we did. I feel like this is one of the nicest emails we've gotten so far on this. So thank you, X, for I don't feel nearly as threatened. So go team. What are your thoughts though, Mark?
Well, I don't know what to say if my mic's all screwed up. I think X man, we're doing our best. We do our best for you. We go with what we got. We try to find what we can, and we research what we can. People reach out to us about these things, so we're not going to close the door on anything. I refuse to, because that defeats the whole purpose of this. It's what we do. I want to learn everything about everything, and I do think they're all jumbled together. We'll figure it out.
No, it's true.
Sorry
but
you felt unloved.
I don't think that's what he was saying. But so, Mark, why is it that you insist on then poking the bear? That's what I'm going to say. Like, he comes in, he says a very nice email to us with just a little cautionary warning, and you poke the bear.
Not poking. I feel bad that we couldn't get in touch with him for a little bit. My apologies.
I mean, he didn't seem that nice about it. Like, I guess a little nicer than usual, but he's still being very vague.
It is
snarky.
Pure snark.
Yeah.
It's pure snark.
Oh, I'm on Team X, as we know. Okay, Mark, you're next.
All right, my turn. Have you all been to the Bell Witch Cave? I used to go there many times as a child. I tried to take my family, but it said it wasn't open to the public. Is it permanently closed? Johnny. I do not know, Johnny. It's been some years since I've been there as well. I don't think we've done a deep dive on Bell Witch.
No, we haven't.
That might be a fun one to go into. I will reach out because I know Seth did a movie on there, Seth Breedlove, Small Town Monsters. He did a Bell Witch movie fairly recently. I want to say it was a few years ago. I didn't even know it was closed. So I'll look into that. So thanks for bringing it to my attention.
All right. I just went to their website. They have a scrolly thing, so it's very slow. It says that they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, so it just might be their hours are odd.
Okay.
Because it's like 10 to 5, and that's it. And it's different depending on the month. So I guess check their website before you go.
Yep, definitely. That's with all these places. It is private property, so you got to be careful with those.
Okay.
Thank you, Beau.
Thank you for clicking clack. Mark on mute. Here we go for one before our pretended break. Do you think there are reptilians among us? I saw someone the other day that I swear had a forked tongue. I'd rather it be an alien than a demon. Anonymous. Whoa. So I just went through a whole how I'm trying to be nice on this X thing, and that's the question I get next. So first of all, I know people who fork their tongue, so I'm just going to throw that out there because that is a body modification that you can have.
That was exactly my thought there.
But with that said, I don't actually know the answer. I've seen a lot of people presenting proof of like the eye things going the way reptile eyes, and then the images where it looks like we're seeing the reptilian part of somebody during, things. I don't know. There's a lot of what appears to be documentation of different alien races, such as the reptilian race, the Greys. Like, I think there are like 3 main ones that are talked about a lot, but I don't know the answer. I mean, I believe there are aliens out there, but I don't know what particular form they take. Mark, thoughts?
Well, we had, Phyllis on who talked about that she had some, she's a star sign of some sort. And there are others who have talked about that. We've seen people that blink weird and may have some alien DNA in them. That's theories. I have not personally seen that. I truly would rather something be an alien than a demon, though. But again, these are things I don't like calling things demons. I don't like calling things aliens. I like to say preternatural stuff we don't understand. So it could just be saw something and you saw something that others didn't see. Definitely on a different wavelength. So nothing wrong with that.
Agreed. And with that, we have to take a pretended break.
Prepare to be devoured. The Wolves of Wharton is a 6-part complete book series by Eerie Travels producer Beau Lake. It has been called dark and visceral, steamy, dramatic, and a fresh take on the werewolf mythos. If you like action, adventure, a large serving of body horror, and some steamy relations, the Wolves of Wharton series is for you. Pick it up wherever books are sold, or at linktree.com/Beau__Lake.
Most know Florida as the land of endless sunny beaches, but the state is home to numerous eerie legends and mysterious creatures. The Everglades is home to the elusive skunk ape. In Key West lies an uncanny doll reputed to have a life of its own. Join Mark Muncy and illustrator Carrie Schultz as they uncover the history behind the state's creepiest stories and unusual locations. The Dark Side of the Sunshine State, presented in Eerie, Florida, from History Press.
Okay, we're back from our pretended break that we just had.
Yes, it was amazing. I went to the Bahamas and had an incredible suntan now. It's great.
Fabulous. Okay, Mark, it's over to you, I think, right?
I think it's mine, yes. Quick question to you and all the travelers. So this is for everybody listening. If there are aliens and witchcraft works, then how do we protect ourselves from alien witches? Lincoln. Lincoln, that's an amazing question. I think that's probably one of our best questions ever.
And the answer is you don't.
I will say there was an amazing series on BBC for kids, and I believe it was called Wizards versus Aliens. And I think it was very much a Harry Potter versus an alien invasion, and what would happen if magic worked in a modern world fighting an alien invasion.
His question was specifically about alien witches, not witches versus aliens, alien witches.
That would be if they combined forces, then we'd be in trouble.
An alien that also has witchcraft ability.
Yeah, we'd be screwed. Yeah. We'd be screwed. I think that sounds like the next season on The Orville.
That would be so amazing if that was actually going to go forward. But
you can send me a check.
Yes, there you go. Okay, thank you, Lincoln. I don't want to be here when that happens. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, so the next one is, if Bigfoot can speak, then why doesn't it choose to talk to us? I mean, honestly, I want to believe, but lack of evidence astounds me. Can people really talk to them like some of your guests suggest? Ben. So, Ben, I'm not quite sure when this came in, but what was interesting is when we had Tim on recently, one of our guests, and one of the things he said that got me really thinking was how, when he heard them speak, it was a form of a Native American dialect, but with other, he felt like ape noises.
Yeah, ape or monkey language, he said. Yeah.
Sounds like calls and stuff. So here's the thing. I think, for instance, we want them to sit down and speak English to us and start coming to talk in our tongue. That's a bit ridiculous for us to assume. They appear, whatever they are, to have realized the danger in some interaction. And I think when we look at history, there was more interaction with these things when we were less dangerous to them than we are now, because you look at the Boojum, which is my favorite Bigfoot, and he would trade moonshine and gems and stuff. Like he had interaction and supposedly married a Native American female that was there. So I think that, the answer to the question is, we don't go out of our way, and probably the people that would have the chance to interact are not the ones that are going to advertise about their interaction. Those are my thoughts. Mark, yours?
I also say that bit about the lack of evidence astounds people. I get that a lot. People go, "Why haven't we found the bodies? Why haven't we found why is it only just a couple footprints? Why is it only a little bit of hair?" Well, we found a lot, and the encounters people describe, there's so many of them, and so many people have seen them, and will swear to their dying day that they saw this and experienced this. I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So there is evidence. I mean, people have been convicted for murder on less evidence than some of this stuff. So you can't just deny it all. That would be ridiculous. So I think, we don't have a scientific empirical, yes, this is 100% what it is. But I think, again, back to preternatural, we don't understand it.
Well, hopefully, we didn't have a scientific thing on the giant squid either, but now we're starting to get it.
Yeah, we still don't understand black holes 100%. We think they're out there. We're pretty sure we're out there. We've got supposedly pictures of them. But even now we're going, maybe it's something we thought, and maybe it's not, because now we're seeing light come out of them. Wait, light can't come out of them. Well, now we're seeing that happen. It's stuff we don't understand. Science evolves. This stuff evolves. We'll figure it out someday. Hopefully in our lifetime.
But I hate to say this. I mean, we've made so many strides in learning other languages and stuff, but I was in Ireland, and there were a couple towns I went to that spoke a lot of Gaelic. I didn't understand anything they said. They didn't understand anything I said. Luckily, I'm a big fan of beer and whiskey, so we made our way through it. But I'm just saying that it doesn't always work like that.
And that even happens here in the States. You go to the wrong section of a town that's got a different small dialect that you've never been to. Oh my goodness. It's suddenly you're talking to Boomhauer from King of the Hill, and good luck with that.
Exactly. Mark, you're next.
All right. So this is from somebody I think might be a friend of X's. So when I got this one, I almost shared this immediately with you all, because this one made me smile, but also gave me some chills. So the subject of this one is "Cease Alien Discourse, Your Eyes Only." So I loved how they started this, though. "Esteemed curators of the Eerie." Hey, we're
super fancy now. I like that title. I feel very fancy. I feel like I'm about to regret saying that, but continue.
"You do not know me, but I am well acquainted with your work. Your recent forays into the extraterrestrial have not gone unnoticed. It is imperative that you understand the gravity of this message. The truths you seek are laced with peril. The knowledge you unearth, a Pandora's box best left sealed. Your broadcasts have echoed further than you realize, and they have attracted attention from those who operate beyond the public's gaze. Consider this a warning. The veil between humanity and the vast unknown is thin and fragile. Your words threaten to tear it asunder, inviting consequences that cannot be undone. There are secrets that exist in the silent void of space, secrets that are guardians of their own silence. Let this message be the beacon that guides you back to safer shores. Your fascination with the celestial is understood, but your discretion is now required. Heed this counsel and let the stars whisper among themselves. Some truths are too colossal for the confines of human understanding. Cease your alien discourse. The eyes that watch you are not bound by mortal constraints. Classified.
I didn't hear anything after that. We have fans in outer space.
Yes.
That's the part I stopped listening. I was like, yay!
On that Spotify map that shows us where everybody plays in Podbean and all that, I'm waiting to see which one. 100% say Earth. I'm waiting for that 1% to be somewhere else.
So now I'm curious, because now I'm curious.
Yeah.
This little X versus
X versus
Ooh,
classified.
now I want to know, do they know each other, or have we now, like, there are different sides of this dichotomy that we have now alerted?
Mm,
Inquiring minds want to know.
mm, that's all I want to say is that letter I wanted to share with you guys immediately, and I held off just so we could do this live. So,
All I'm going to say is, at some point, travelers, if we disappear, you know
Yeah.
what happened. There you
Yeah.
go.
there you go. Watch for black SUVs when we're driving to the grocery store next time.
I don't even think that's what I don't think that's the vehicle they're going to come get us in, Mark. So I think we'll be at home and stuff. So yay,
Yeah,
go team,
was-
go team.
That was fun. So
Okay.
classified, we hope to hear more from you because that was enlightening. So, and
Yeah,
very well
first
written.
Well, very eloquent. That was one
Yeah,
of the most
that was-
eloquently worded emails we have ever received.
I know. I read that and I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds like something out of almost the very high Gothic. A little bit of Poe there, maybe a little bit of
I'm a
Lovecraft influence.
little jealous of the writing ability, but needless
Yeah.
to say, a little terrified as well. So it's fine.
Yeah. So, all right.
Hi, Mark.
Well, hi.
Not me, just hi, Mark. Okay, whatever. I went to Bellamy Bridge from creepy Florida. You were right about the mosquitoes there. They're crazy awful. I did not see the lady in white there. Thanks for the tip about the Florida caverns nearby, though. That place felt very spooky. Just found your podcast. Looking forward to more adventures. We'll be in Fort Lauderdale next month. Are there any places that didn't make it in the book I should look for? Anita.
Oh gosh, Anita. Thanks for reading Creepy Florida. And yeah, Bellamy Bridge is an amazing place. It has a great ghost story attached to it. We might have to do a fun little episode on that. It's so important to actually put it on the state marker for that bridge. And it is nothing but mosquitoes. If you go at the wrong time of year, floods, you can't even get back to it. They don't even really maintain that trail very well to it. So, but Florida Caverns, fantastic place. We love them. So definitely visit that. Now, Fort Lauderdale, I put a lot of stuff in the book, so I'm not sure what didn't make it into the book that you should look out for, because I only put places in the books that are acceptable, right? Places you can visit. So I would just say, if you want to reach out and tell me where you're thinking about going, I can do some stuff. There was a fun bar there that closed down recently, and I think it's about to reopen as a new bar. So I'll try to get that information, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll forgive you, Mark. And thank
All
you,
right.
Anita. Let us know what else you find on your explorations. And for Mark's sake and the shameless self-promotion plug, our website is up, eerietravels.com. Our store is there. You can go and find all these books, and you can even order a signed copy online. So don't forget to check that out. And with that, Mark, Anita, have great adventures. But Mark, you're up.
I am. All right. So you did Fortean February, but I missed if you did an episode on what Fortean means. I Googled it and found out about Charles Fort. Thank you for giving me plenty of reading material. Looking forward to more Dogman episodes, Jack. Well, hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
You can't say that on an airplane, but it's good to see you. But yeah, we didn't get to do an episode on Charles Fort, so I might have to do that at some point. We'll put that on the clackety clack for a future episode. But yeah, he's an amazing writer who was one of the pioneers of paranormal journalism, basically.
Very cool. Yep, it's been clackety clacked. So here we go. This says something random. Greetings, travelers.
Greetings.
I had to write after listening to your Alien movie episode. I have so many memories unlocked. Thanks for your travels into history. I know some may not like them as much as other episodes, but they are my personal favorite of mine. I want to hear Mark and Erika bicker about zombie movies. Jennifer. Well, Jennifer, let me just let you know that is coming. And trust me, there's going to be a bicker, because I already know me and Mark disagree on several points.
Yes. Yes, but we both agree that zombie movies are awesome.
But we are going to have a zombie movie episode, so don't you worry. You're pretty.
We do have some people who love our pop culture episodes. We have people who love our cryptid episodes. So yeah, and everything. So we're glad we can hit all the bases. And if you don't like certain ones, skip them. We're okay with that. You still have a home here when you come back. So
exactly, and that's why we do so many. So you have some to love. Okay, thank you very much, Jennifer. I'm glad you liked it.
yes, thank you, Jennifer.
And over to you, Mark. You're next.
All right, let's see. I'm from South Dakota. I'm not sure where else to go with this, as I had a family member reach out and ask me about it. I do quite a bit of ghost hunting and also do a lot of research on cryptids. Curious if anyone has thoughts on this. This person has trail cams set up and was alerted this morning that movement was detected at 2 a.m. When checking, a creature the size of a dog with the facial features of a cat was shown. The image is in black and white, so unable to see color. This person swears it wasn't a mountain lion or any known large cat that they have seen. They ran into another individual when trying to show the image. The creature is no longer in the image. I do believe this person, as they are credible and generally are very skeptical. So this has thrown me off quite a bit. They were curious if anyone has ever had similar experiences or might know possibly what it was. Hoping you all could help. Kayla. Well,
yeah,
that sounds Wampus Cat to me. Oh my gosh. But South Dakota, that's a little north. So that.
I think the thing to tackle is not what was it, but how come it disappeared. So this has been known to happen. There have been people that have talked about seeing it on like their Ring camera, and then when they go back to look at the footage of it, it's not there anymore. I don't know what causes that, but this is something that I've heard about quite a bit, where, you know, either that or, like, for instance, you look out your door, there's a Ring camera, nothing shows up on the video, but you can see the thing plain as day out in front of your house. So thoughts on that, Mark?
Sometimes things are just right at the wrong refresh rate on those. And again, preternatural stuff we don't understand. And it could be there 1 second and you can perceive it, and gone the next. Now, showing a picture and suddenly it disappears off the picture, that's an interesting thing. One of my favorite things ever was a creature called the Flickermen, and they were supposedly lived in between the flickers of a camera. So it was a fun story.
That sounds terrifying. That's what that sounds like. Not fun, yeah. Terrifying.
I don't know what else to say. Well, hopefully some other people will comment and reach out to us about that. So
yeah, no, if any travelers out there know what this is or have heard about it, or if there's, besides the Flicker Man, a scientific explanation for it.
Let's look into some South Dakota legends, people. Anybody up there want to send us some ideas? We'd appreciate it.
Yes, because as we know, Mark will discuss them, and then when people write in, he'll make fun of them for writing in. No, just kidding. That was it. Okay, he's shaking his head. No, you can't see it unless you're live with us, but it's happening. Okay, my turn. Greetings, travelers.
Greetings.
Okay, I recently read Eaters of the Dead by Michael Crichton. It really made me wonder if that's how legends are started. I know it's fiction, but it really hit close to home for me. How many more things are really out there, Cheryl? Well, Cheryl, I don't know that you're going to like the answer to this, but a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that is sometimes how legends get started. And I think Michael Crichton did that so excellently in that book. And if you see the movie, what, 13th Warrior, I think was again, a lot of liberties from the book, but still very good movie. And you see Vikings dealing with things they don't understand. And
we also had Owl on the show, and we can just talk about the Crota, because the Crota was something he completely made up. But people have now seen the Crota. And that goes back to our whole Tulpa comment about whether or not enough people, because you're talking about Michael Crichton, who's a very well-known author, very much like Al Going Back. Enough people read these things, get scared by these things, bring these things into being. There is, I think, a ton out there that is created by intention and summoning unknowingly, aka Santa Claus, by a lot of people. So
Yeah.
To answer your question, Cheryl, yeah, I think there are a lot more things that are out there than we know.
Yeah, but I do think things start as fiction or start as fact, turn into fiction, and then go back to fact. Who knows? So
Yes, it's true. Preternatural. We don't know.
look at mini lightning. Look at some of these other things we've discussed. All right. Let's see. Next question. Are there dragon cryptids? I swear I saw one as a child in Ohio. Maybe it was my imagination. It had a red body with silver wings. Alan. Yeah.
I don't know, but I want them to be real so badly right now. So
They're
if
definitely
they're
dragon
not, can we do like the Topa thing and bring them into being? Pretty please with sugar on top, travelers. Red dragons, silver wings. Let's make it happen.
Did you see recently, I guess, what was it, for House of the Dragon, they inflated a giant dragon on the Empire State Building, and those of us in the know went, wait a minute, that's not a dragon, that's Q, the winged serpent, which was an ancient movie from the 70s about a giant serpent that lived in the Eiffel Tower and attacked people. And so,
Okay, the people in the know, which there is 3 of you total.
it was on a Joe Bob episode, so the mutant family knows. The mutant family knows. But,
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, there are dragon cryptids. The Snallygaster I always felt was like a dragon, the way it's described, and there's even a few others out there. So
the Hodag's pretty close to a dragon. It doesn't have wings, but it's pretty damn close.
yeah. There are a lot of serpents, and winged serpents. Quetzalcoatl, like I said, Q, the winged serpent, and some others. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Alan. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is another one missed. Okay, here we go. Something random. I'm not certain why you have stopped responding. It looks like your communications have been compromised. Well, that's one way to put it. My brothers are no longer watching you directly. You have passed beyond their attention now. Another MM was warned in the past, and she did not pay heed. Mark knows what happened to her. I'm only looking out. Oh, it finally happened this episode. Whoa, I did not like that. Okay, let me say this again. Mark knows what happened to her. I'm only looking out for your safety. Mark, what the hell is X talking about?
Who is MM?
I'm questioning. I'm like, Mickey Mouse?
Because apparently Mark Muncy MM, there's another MM who's a woman.
An MM that did not pay heed. All right, I'm X. You've got me stumped. I will dig in and see what I can find. But wow, that's got me floored. I don't know. I don't know another MM that was warned. Mark knows.
So, X, he'll look, but if you wouldn't mind reaching out and reminding him, because he's not paying attention. I'm paying attention.
Oh, man. So I'm glad your brothers are no longer monitoring us.
I'm happy about that, too, but stop poking the bear, Mark, and it's your turn.
I will try to figure out what the other MM is and figure that out. So there's somebody know Mark knows what happened. All right, now I've got the chills because that freaked me out. All right, so greetings, travelers. Greetings. I saw a special on pirate ghosts in North Florida on a local channel. They mentioned Mark's Florida book. Hey, I wrote a few of those. Did Blackbeard really visit Florida? Yeah, he did. Who really is the pirate ghost? Because he died in North Carolina, didn't he? David. Okay, a little bit to unpack there. Yes, there are. Okay, so the North Florida, yes, Blackbeard did visit North Florida. He visited all of Florida. He was all over the Spanish Main from Cuba on up and even down South America a little bit. He did finally die North Carolina area. But he did visit Amelia Island. I'm assuming we're talking about Amelia Island because I think I did a local cable channel special there. And the pirate ghosts who died in the jail is who I think you're talking about. And that is not Blackbeard, although I think that channel said it was Blackbeard's ghost.
I don't want to start my whole entire ghost cosplaying thing, but who knows? Because it could be a ghost cosplaying as Blackbeard's ghost.
Yeah, that's what I would say. But there is a pirate ghost in Amelia Island that was Luke Ory, and he was killed there, and he looked a lot like Blackbeard, and he's got a long story. And again, we may have to do a we'll do an episode on pirate ghosts, and I'll tell you his story. He's in creepy Florida, available at fine bookstores and Cracker Barrels everywhere, or available on the Eerie Travels website. But I want to say something. I'm bringing that thing back up. Jake just said Marilyn Monroe, and for there is a conspiracy that she knew about things that she wasn't supposed to know about because she was sleeping with JFK, and then they both were killed shortly thereafter. So maybe that's an
It could be her. Are you sleeping with a president right now, Mark?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
President of what is the question? So, but anyway.
Oh, I don't even want to go down that path, my friend. We actually have 4 more questions, so I think we can get through them, even if it runs a little bit over tonight.
Yeah.
So, thank you, David.
Thank you, David. That is a good question. But he did die in North Carolina. But again, we talk about cosplay ghosts. If you're a ghost of a pirate and people call you Blackbeard, you're probably okay with that. Not
only that, you see a pirate ghost, you're going to assume who it is. You're not going to, because it's not like they wear a name tag.
Who knows Luke Ori unless you read my specific book or happen to know pirate history a little bit.
Okay, and wait for Mark to bring up obscure things. Here we go. My next question. Where is the most haunted location you have all visited? What place makes Erika nope the most? Lacey. Well, hello, Lacey. Most haunted location. Mark.
That always comes up, and I always go, it depends on the day of the month or the day of the week. Every time we go to these places, you think this is the most haunted place that we've ever been, but then nothing happens. And then we go to another place where it's a minor thing, and it turns into be one of the things that has the most activity. And I always say May Stringer House, just because that is probably the place we've caught the most on camera. Most times I've brought people there and things have happened. I think where Erika noped the most was Mushroom Mine, but I think that wasn't because she was spooked. I think it was just because it was an unsafe environment.
Yes. Well, here's my answer to that. The scariest encounter that I had was outside on a Native American burial grounds. And that sounds very Stephen King but that was the most terrifying encounter I had. And I talked about it a little bit on our ghost episode. So there are several places. I mean, I think part of it for me is any place that has a ton of negative energy. I'm very empathetic and I feel it. So I won't go to places that I know are packed with it. Now, we did go right outside of, what asylum was that, Mark?
Oh, Waverly Hills.
Yeah. And you can ask Mark and Carrie. We drove up to the driveway leading to it. And I said, no, under no circumstances. No, I'm not going. Yeah. Luckily it was closed, but I asked Mark. I said no.
Yeah. We had even just left Pope Lick Bridge, which was scary enough. And that was enough for Erika. So yeah, I would say, Lacey, it all depends on the day. Any place could be scarier than any others. You just don't know. You just don't know. When we go to these places, we expect one thing, and sometimes we find something completely different.
Yeah, but I think, again, ghosts don't perform on cue. If you have something that's happening all the time, it's probably there's a scientific explanation for it. I hate to say, we know there are replay ghosts and stuff, but if something happens right on cue every time somebody does something, very, very rarely is that a haunting. It's usually something else. But I won't go into places like that, but we'll keep you updated as we continue doing our travels, the places that Erika refuses to go into. We'll make a list.
Next one. I really enjoyed your Bigfoot guest, Tim Dills. Hey, we're just talking about him. Is there a best way to find your own team near you? Jordan. Yes.
Well, hello, Jordan. And we enjoyed Tim as well.
Yeah, Tim's great. And we are going to be working with him in the future. His whole, was it Dirty South Squatching? I love those guys.
Yes.
We're reaching out to them. And that is the best way to find a team is do a search in your area. Do a search, My Town Sasquatch, My Town Goats, My Town UFOs. You'll find groups that are in your area or close to your area. And once the algorithm finds you, believe me, your Facebook's going to fill up with requests of, hey, you like this group, you'll like this group. They're right here. There's Ohio Paranormal, Pennsylvania Paranormal, Kentucky Paranormal. There's a million of these groups, and reach out to them all, but do your research. Don't just go out with random groups. Look at them, follow them on Facebook for a little bit, make your introductions, and then find out that they're good people. Our friend Stace Brown, Outcast Paranormal, that team's amazing, and they're spread out all over. And David Sidoti.
Also, Mark, very shortly, we're going to be announcing there is a Sasquatch organization that helps train you on how to do Bigfoot hunting.
Yeah, there's a few of those around, and we'll be working with them, and we'll make an announcement on that as soon as it's official. But we've got RPG. We're teaming up with the place he did. It's North Carolina Bigfoot Adventures. We'll let you know when the date's going to be. But
the Eerie Travels crew will be doing a Bigfoot hunting extravaganza because they have promised me glamping. So I will even be there in the tent. Yes.
Continuing on, Erika.
Okay.
2 more.
Here we go. I listened to your latest episode on Mandela effects. I had never heard of the Hadron Collider might have caused it all. I wonder if this also explains the uptick in UFO sightings. What is your opinion on that? Laura. Well, hello, Laura, and thank you for venturing into the realm where there are 2 people, X and Confidential, now listening to everything we say on this. So my answer is, I think so. I think that collider does stuff that we're not aware of. And I think it does stuff into space that we're not aware of. We are not scientists by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm just venturing a guess based on the uptick of reports and weird phenomena that happen after they turn on the collider. Mark,
and they're building a bigger one near Long Island in America. So, because of course we can't let the Swedes lead everything, so we've got to build bigger. So we're building one underground in upstate New York, and that's actually a plot point of the new season of Evil. I was like, wait, is that real? Oh, that's real. So I'm excited to see what happens when they turn that sucker on.
Do you see Mark goes at these things with a giddy embrace that the rest of us maybe should have a cautionary pause, but Mark is like runs into the situation on fire.
Throw that switch, baby. Let's see what happens.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we're going to do the last one here, Mark. So over to you, my friend.
All right. So last one, gang. Greetings, travelers. Greetings.
Greetings.
We made it to Grafton, and we're sad you all couldn't make it to the festival. Yes, we were very sad about that too. I'm so sorry. I hope everything's okay. It's okay now. Yeah, I'm sorry we had some issues. I was a little under the weather, and things are better now. Thank you. But continuing the letter, Dave Spinks was a great speaker. Yes, we love Dave. He's been on. We're going to have him back on again soon, I promise. Serenity Jenny was very nice too. Yes. When will you all be able to make it up here to West Virginia again, Tracy? Well, Tracy, come hell or high water, we'll be up there for Flatwoods and up there for Mothman, of course. So that's and we're hopefully trying a few things in that week in between the two around West Virginia. So keep an eye on the Eerie Travels website. That's where you'll find all those things, and we'll try to get up there. I'm so sorry we missed the first one. I heard it was an amazing event. It looked like a lot of fun. We'll be there, I promise.
We very rarely miss events. It just absolutely couldn't be helped. So we're very sorry about that, but we will be up there at Mothman. And at Mothman, Paige Lavoie, the author, is joining us. So we get all of her majesty along with the new book release coming out. I'm getting married to Mothman, which is the third and final in that trilogy. So she will be up there with us, but it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll be up there then.
Yeah, we'll be up for that. And again, like I said, if you can't make it to either of those festivals, there should be something else in the middle. We'll probably be at Cicada Books. They've already reached out to us to figure out a day, and I'll be up there to tell some ghost stories at least. So we'll be up there.
We're already booking into 2025. We haven't posted them all on the website, but We're also, Smoky Mountain Terror just announced Smoky Mountain Cryptid in October, and we've been asked to come be a guest at that event. So their Smoky Mountain Terror Horror Fest was amazing. They have a one-day cryptid only event. So if you're into that, I suggest you come to that. We'll be posting that on the website soon. So
yeah, the Mountain Monster guys will be there, and our good friend Giorgio from Ancient Aliens will be there. So we're excited. And we'll see them all at CryptidCon in November as well. So there's a bunch of events coming up we're going to be at. Just EerieTravels.com. That'll have all of our appearances as best we can. So
yes, absolutely. And with that, travelers, we love that you send us stories. Thank you so much for always including us. This is one of my favorite parts of doing this show, is being able to read these questions and everything like that and be able to talk with you guys. So we'll be doing more of these live, and we'll be doing some live, not just for the patrons, but for all of our travelers out there to be a part of. And some of our guests will be coming live here in the not too distant future. So lots of big things on the horizon from us. So thank you all so much, hearts out there, to all of our travelers. I appreciate you thoroughly. Beau?
I also appreciate everyone thoroughly. And we love their emails, and I hope they continue to send them, even X.
yes, and his new friend Classified. You guys astound us every time with these, and we've got our listener tales. Now those are coming up. We record those separate. Those are the ones where they're more encounter stories and stuff like that. But we love your questions just as much as we love those. So keep your eyes out for the live of that. And that one will be doing our first live broadcast of that to everybody. So keep an eye out. Follow our YouTube channel for that. Or again, it'll be on the podcast as well short time later. So gang, thank you so much again. And thank you, patrons, for doing this for us and supporting us and helping us do these fun events. We have a blast. I'm glad you guys chimed in there. Jake, that Marilyn Monroe's got me thinking. So I'm going to look into that. All right. So with that said, EerieTravels.com's got all the information you need. And we will put show notes in here of any things that we feel you might be interested in from this. I want to just say one last thing. I'm so sorry we missed Grafton. It was an amazing event, everything I heard. So we will try our best to not do that as much ever again. So we're so sorry. But with that said, gang, thank you all. Keep watching the skies, keep watching the woods. Go ahead and leave a little gift for our Fae friends out in the forests, but make sure you make those intentions clear. And if you do happen to catch something on camera that disappears from that camera, make sure it's not there later back in the yard. And we'll see you on the other side.